This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Santa J. Ono will not be the next president of the University of Florida. The final step of the election process, the ratification from the Board of Governors, ended in what appears to be a 10-6 vote against Ono. Kira Carl has more.
The decision was not made lightly. The board went back and forth debating Ono's fitness to lead the university, talking over one another in a crowded room at the University of Central Florida.
You're interrogating him.
And that is okay because we are asking someone to lead our flagship university.
Even an impassioned speech from Maury Husseini, chairman of the Board of Trustees at UF, could not sway the majority of the board.
Give this man a chance like American did to the President Reagan.
Board of Governors Chair Brian Lamb seemed shocked by the vote.
The motion fails.
Okay. All right, the motion fails. First time that's really happened, so let me just react to that.
It appears the University of Florida will now have to start the search for a new president all over again. I'm Kira Carl in Gainesville.
Hillsborough County Superintendent Van Ayers faced fierce backlash from the school board at their meeting. WMNF's Chris Young reports it's because of how he handled the controversial decision to pull 600 books from school libraries.
Hillsborough County School Superintendent Van Ayers received a letter from the state attorney general asking for a handful of books to be removed that the AG claimed were, quote, unquestionably pornographic. A response from the school board attorney says the superintendent removed those titles, but also, quote, made unavailable to students over 600 books referenced in past years. School board member Nadia Combs said she was disappointed and concerned about the process.
You did not engage with parents. You did not engage with our PTA. You did not engage with the union. You did not engage with your employees. You did not engage with your supervisors or your lead librarians. And I was not informed at all.
Ayers defended his decision.
Could I have done that? Absolutely, and I've stated that. I just wanted to be decisive in my action. I'll learn from that, but I still feel like the decision I made was the best decision for the students of Hillsborough County to ensure that we have no inappropriate materials in our libraries.
Public comment during the meeting was mostly supportive of the bans, but one parent claimed that book bans were concerning and suppressed diverse voices. On Wednesday, Ayers is set to meet with the State Education Commissioner Manny Diaz. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Florida manatees have been struggling for years. WMNF's Madison Overmeyer reports how the Center for Biological Diversity is taking a stand.
The Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge is the largest refuge in the U.S. created for manatee protection. The Center for Biological Diversity does not believe the manatees are receiving protection. They have been short-staffed since they opened, but recently, with President Trump's commitment to reducing the federal workforce, 2 out of the 8 employees were fired. The 2 employees were later reinstated following court orders, but the center is still concerned about how severely understaffed they are. The center announced on May 30th that they will be suing the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Department of Government Efficiency for failing to properly staff the refuge. Reagan Whitlock is the staff attorney for the Center for Biological Diversity.
But we know that manatees are being harassed. We know that it's changing their behavioral patterns. We know that they are not receiving the shelter that they're seeking when they go to Crystal River.
With over hundreds of thousands of visitors a year, most of them being tour groups, the limited staff cannot adequately ensure the manatees are being protected at all times. The Center for Biological Diversity hopes to increase its workforce and show support for the staff who are on the front lines protecting manatees. Madison Overmeyer, WMNF News.
Yesterday marked the start of Florida's budgeting conference process. Tristan Wood has details on where budget negotiations are currently standing at the state capitol.
Florida's legislative leaders have already come to agreement on the top dollar amount for the budget. Now, members of the House and Senate will work out the rest of the details this week. Some of the sections of the budget are starting from hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars apart. To settle those differences, each segment of the budget has a conference that will bounce offers from the House and Senate back and forth until a deal is struck. If these conferences are unable to reach agreements, then the issues will bump up to higher legislative leadership who will try to settle it. The conferencing process is expected to be finished by Friday. From there, lawmakers will have to vote on the final budget from the floor. Expect that to happen sometime next week. I'm Tristan Wood.
Storms today and highs around 80. More storms tonight and overnight lows in the mid-70s. More thunderstorms tomorrow with highs in the upper 80s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.